Do you suffer from numbness, tingling, and burning in your feet that never seems to go away? Breakthrough research featured in Harvard Health Publishing found that your ability to stand on one leg can predict your chance of survival over the next 7 years. If you're unable to complete this simple test, or if you start feeling symptoms of nerve pain, it could be a warning sign of something deeply disturbing and life-threatening happening deep inside your body right now. And you need to take immediate action. In the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you how the prickly, sharp pain shooting from your legs down to your toes and the sensation of fire ants crawling all over your skin, robbing you of a good night's sleep, may actually have nothing to do with the nerves itself. You'll discover a powerful, all-natural solution that can finally stop the progression of neuropathy and trigger the regeneration of your damaged nerves. The medical term for this process is called nerve reinnervation, and when activated, it could repair damaged nerves and grow new nerves, allowing you to wave goodbye to your pain and discomfort once and for all. Hi, I'm Dave Stevenson, medical researcher and former neuropathy sufferer. My colleague and I, Dr. Makasadia, have mind-blowing news for you. 2 years ago, a team of scientists, medical researchers, and neuropathy experts gathered here at our laboratory in Austin, Texas. Our goal? Identify the underlying root cause of nerve damage in the feet, hands, and legs. And with the help of advanced imaging techniques allowing for the study of neuropathy on a cellular level, we discovered an award-winning new way to erase numbness, tingling, and burning faster than any drug. Cut your pain in half in just a few days, and soon after that, eliminate your nerve pain forever, no matter how old you are, how long you've been suffering, and even if nothing else has worked. Because it's the only solution that tackles what's now known as the real root cause of your nerve pain, whether it's peripheral, diabetic, or anything else. A glitch that happens deep inside your brain caused by a group of cells called microglia, triggering the destructive cycle of neuroinflammation, resulting in never-ending pain and suffering, and if left unchecked, can completely kill off your nerves and leave your doctor saying one word that anyone with nerve pain or diabetes fears: amputation. Fortunately, there's good news. A 10-second ritual inspired by the elusive Maasai tribe that scientific research proves flushes out the toxic nerve-destroying enzymes caused by neuroinflammation. Plus, it repairs and regrows damaged nerves, banishing your pain and discomfort once and for all. And even though this may sound complicated, it's 100% natural, easy to use, and it's cheaper than your daily coffee. You can do it at home and it works right away. This groundbreaking method, backed by 297 studies from places like the Mayo Clinic, Harvard University, and the American Diabetes Association, has passed through extensive trials before reaching you today in its final form. It's so powerful that it can literally erase months or even years of neuropathy, releasing your nerves from the shackles they've been stuck into for so long, significantly decreasing the risk of lifelong pain and even paralysis. In the next 2 minutes, I'll show you how to replicate the results from the comfort of your own home. I'll also teach you how to end the numbness, burning, tingling, loss of balance, and all the symptoms you've come to dread, just like I personally did. It's already been used by 55,675 people to regain control over their lives and get rid of this debilitating condition. Just ask Tess Macedonia, 60 years old, from Toms River, New Jersey, who wrote to say, "I've been suffering from nerve pain over the past decade, which has made my life a living hell. I was a painkiller addict, and now thanks to your discovery, I'm completely pain-free for more than 6 months without taking any drugs. I wish I had heard about this sooner." And then 75-year-old Bill White from San Antonio, Texas, who explained, "I tried CBD, medicating creams, prescription pills, nothing worked. I was still in pain. Then I tried this. Finally, my legs are all better. Praise the Lord." Now you're probably wondering, why haven't you read or heard about this before? Authorizing such discoveries is a challenging process. Medical universities, research institutes, and regulatory bodies all have to give their stamp of approval before something like this can hit the news, especially since this ritual is not like any of the mainstream or even the alternative solutions that you've heard about before, and it completely flies in the face of what the big profit pain relief industry wants you to believe. There's so many so-called treatments out there these days: gabapentin, Lyrica, acupuncture, highly addictive narcotics, and smelly creams that don't even penetrate your skin. The neuropathic industry is forecast to reach $9.8 billion between 2023 and 2027, and make it difficult for new treatments and solutions to come to the market. Why would they want one simple, powerful remedy on the market that does what a sack of pharmaceutical products can't? In fact, we've been told we have to wait over 6 months to release it to the public. And yet, with millions of Americans suffering from neuropathy in their feet, legs, and hands, we decided 6 months was just too long. And we'll show you what's being hidden from you. Big Pharma be damned. You see, the pharmaceutical industry is worth $1.42 trillion US dollars. That's right, trillion with a T. And this simple at-home trick threatens to cut deeply into their yearly profits. So it's possible they'll try everything in their power to take down this surprisingly effective ritual. If you finally want to escape the anger, depression, and hopelessness of neuropathy and guarantee you never lose your independence, never lose your dignity, and never lose a limb, you should watch this video right now to the very end. So give Dr. Makasadia your undivided attention right now, as we're about to tell you the amazing story about this remarkable remedy for even the most agonizing nerve conditions. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Dr. Makasadia, a doctor of physical therapy and a retired U.S. Army medical officer. In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you where the hellish sensations of prickly pain, burning, and crawling actually come from, and how it not only makes your life a living nightmare, but how it can also lead to amputation of the feet, toes, or legs. Once you uncover the #1 root cause of nerve pain, you'll know how to reverse the damage faster than you can imagine, and you'll want to begin doing it right away. So you too can be free from the destructive cycle of neuroinflammation and end your nerve pain nightmare once and for all. You'll discover the ultra-simple 10-second ritual inspired by an elusive African tribe that destroys and eliminates all the horrific ailments that come with neuropathy, all while soothing and repairing prior damage to the nerve endings. A ritual backed by studies from some of the largest and most prestigious institutions in the world, the Mayo Clinic, Harvard, and Columbia University, just to name a few. And finally, I'll show you a simple balance test that can alert you if there's something deeply disturbing and life-threatening happening inside your body, and if you need to take immediate action. If you're skeptical right about now, I understand. And not in the shallow way your doctor, friends, and family say they understand, while they talk behind your back about how you're exaggerating the excruciating pain of neuropathy. No, I understand deeply. As a doctor of physical therapy with over a decade of clinical experience treating patients with neuropathy, both in the civilian and military sector, I've seen firsthand the destruction caused by nerve pain. I've seen how it can affect the quality of life and mental health of our nation's veterans and everyday citizens, how it robs them of life's simple pleasures and of the things that used to bring them joy. So if you're feeling hopeless or depressed, if you feel like there's just no way to fix your pain, I need you to know it's not your fault. You deserve to know the truth about the doom and gloom lie you've heard about neuropathy. You see, mainstream medical doctors will swear up and down that neuropathy is something you'll have to live with for the rest of your life, that you need to rely on toxic doctor-prescribed pills, pain creams, and patches forever. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that the pills and creams they give you only mask the pain, never curing it. so they can fatten their pockets. When in fact, I'd seen the report from the Medical Journal of Therapeutics Initiative, revealing that less than 10% of patients feel any noticeable reduction in pain from neuropathy drugs. There's a New York Times article where Dr. Christopher Goodman admitted that there's limited evidence that nerve pain drugs work at all. And I'd heard world-renowned neuropathy researcher Dr. Michael Polydevkis straight up confess that none of the big pharma meds will ever cure neuropathy or even slow its progression. Have you ever asked yourself, if nerve meds and creams take away the pain, then why am I always in pain? That's because the drugs just mask the pain and treat the symptoms. They don't fix the actual root problem. The truth is, you've been lied to. Neuropathy is not a permanent condition that you have to live with. Nerves can and do regrow. It's simply a matter of initiating the microglia reset switch with the easy 10-second African-inspired ritual I'll share in this video. Neurologists and doctors across the country now admit that this miraculous method repairs, heals, and regrows damaged nerves, and is proven to work incredibly well for everybody. Men and women, 30, 40, and 80 years old, with nerve pain for the last 7 days or the past 40 years. You don't have to suffer any longer because you too can take back control of your life today, and you deserve to. Just close your eyes and imagine. No more piercing, stabby pain. No more crawling sensations and cramps that wake you up at night. You'll no longer wake up every morning with the fear that you'll not be able to get out of bed because of crippling pain. You won't feel trapped in a body that doesn't work anymore, fearing that you will have to live like this for the rest of your life. And none of your loved ones will look at you with pity in their eyes. So watch this video until the end to finally achieve the peace of mind you deserve to restore your nerves, erase the pain, and feel like your old self again in the next 30 days. Hi, like I said, my name is Dr. Makasadia. I live in the Jersey Shore near the Barnegat Lighthouse with my beautiful wife and 3 children. I proudly served in the United States military and retired after 20 years of service. I served as a military medical officer and in numerous leadership positions throughout my career. The last 4 years as a medical company commander. I wanted to continue to serve and to lead, so after retirement, I collaborated with specialists, researchers, and other medical professionals, and I founded the Physioscience Health Institute, a high-performance lab with the mission of uncovering medical breakthroughs that improve people's lives. But none compares to what I will share with you here today. My story is embarrassing, especially since I've worked in the medical field for so many years, but you must know the truth. Everything started on a normal weekday while I was working in my outpatient clinic. I was actually treating my colleague's wife, Janice, for what we thought was just chronic lower back pain, with symptoms that have been bothering her for many years. Numbness and tingling shooting down her legs, wrestling with her bed sheets at night, unable to find a comfortable position, praying just for a good night's sleep. The diagnosis from her primary care physician, sciatica. Janice babysits her grandkids, and it wasn't a busy day at the office. They were all inside the therapy gym cheering their grandma on with their exercises. That's when the unthinkable happened. I was looking at my computer screen when I heard a loud thud on the ground, like a bowling ball was dropped from the ceiling to the center of my clinic. Oh my God, Janice, wake up! Before speaking those fateful words, all I remember is hearing her grandkids shouting at the top of their lungs, the sound of absolute fear and terror. Grandma, no! Are you okay? Janice's legs just buckled, and she crumpled like a rag doll, unable to brace herself for the fall. Knowing what I know now, Janice was actually struggling severely with neuropathy for 3 hard, long, grueling years. She finally reached her limit. Destructive inflammatory nerve enzymes ate away at her body and nerve endings for too long, and her body just gave up on her. Luckily, Janice escaped the fall with a few stitches on her forehead, a minor concussion, and a hairline fracture on her kneecap. There was a study by the U.S. Institute of Medicine that showed more than half of seniors who are hospitalized for a fall injury are not discharged to their home. They get stuck in rehab or worse, a nursing home, unable to take care of themselves. Janice was very lucky. I felt guilt, shame. I should have known better. I could have used a simple balance test to find out how serious her problem was. All you have to do is stand on one leg and slowly count up to 30. Then switch legs and repeat. According to leading neuropathy experts from Johns Hopkins University, if you are unable to complete the simple test, or if you start feeling any symptoms of nerve pain, there could be something deeply disturbing and life-threatening happening inside your body right now, and you need to take immediate action. A recent article from Harvard Health Publishing went over a study about the importance of balance. They found that people who are unable to stand on one leg for 10 seconds in middle and later life have almost double the risk of premature death. In fact, scientists determined that failing the balance test was associated with 84% higher risk of dying within the study period compared with passing the balance test. Since failure of this balance test can be the sign of neuropathy conditions, I could have and should have seen Janice's underlying root cause of pain, and she could have been treated for neuropathy right away. Instead of allowing the toxic inflammatory enzymes to continue to eat away at her nerves, making her pain and balance worsen, we could have prevented this unfortunate life-threatening fall and halted the dangerous progression of this debilitating condition. But that was only half the battle. We finally figured out that nerve pain was the root cause Janice suffered from. Yet, after countless hours of reaching out to my network of esteemed doctors, many of whom specialize in neuropathy, none of them had a tried-and-true solution to banishing nerve discomfort once and for all. She'll just have to learn to live with it for the rest of her life. Meds will slow it down, but she'll lose her mobility, and the pain will get much, much worse. All we can do now is just help her manage the pain, they all said to me. I was bewildered and red with frustration, but deep down, this was the fuel I needed to carry forth and find something to heal not just Janice, but the over 500,000 Americans who are suffering from pins and needles in their arms and legs. Janice left the hospital with 8 different prescription pills for diabetes and neuropathic pain, insulin shots, anesthetic creams and patches, anticonvulsant and antidepressants, sleeping pills. The side effects of those pills were unbearable for Janice, making her life miserable. Each day she was feeling worse. The drugs made her incredibly sick and she could barely eat without throwing anything up. The side effects she experienced from her meds and creams were at times worse than her actual neuropathy symptoms. While the tingling, burning, and numbness got so bad, even putting a soft bedsheet over her body made her feel like someone doused her with boiling water. She couldn't drive anymore as she was sleepy and drowsy all the time. And as you might know, pain isn't always the worst part of neuropathy. It's really the isolation that will drive you insane. Janice felt hopeless, trapped in her own body and unable to function as a normal human being. Her why me mentality led her to deeper and deeper depression. Deep down, I knew I had to find a solution. Number one, I could take my colleagues' words and trust that there wasn't a breakthrough for neuropathy available, even though they all told me they didn't even know what was causing it in the first place. Or number two, I could make it my life's mission to discover the nerve-soothing solution that many of our patients desperately needed. For months and months, I had my team of researchers and pharmaceutical engineers from Physioscience Health Institute comb through thousands of pages of scientific literature and databases. We tested every hypothesis and lead we could find towards banishing neuropathy in its tracks. We looked into popular over-the-counter products and herbal remedies, but found nothing that made a significant change in our trials. They just weren't strong enough. So then, we studied the mechanisms of some prescription neuropathy drugs in hopes for clues, but instead, uncovered studies that suggest meds can actually make the pain worse. Like the 2022 study that found gabapentin, one of the most commonly prescribed drugs for nerve pain, inhibits pain-relieving effects and suppresses nerve repair. We were running out of options. We were desperate. Until one day, almost as if God was listening to our prayers, my colleagues and I struck gold when we stumbled upon an obscure scientific report that changed everything. It was the first seed of truth to Janice's entire healing process, and it all happened so fast. In fact, it caused so much buzz in the scientific community that more stories about the discovery followed. Here's another, targeting a single pathway to treat peripheral neuropathy, and another, potential new drug therapy for peripheral nerve damage announced. In plain English, here's what happened. In this new breakthrough study released in 2023, Dr. Georgatos set out to identify the underlying cause of nerve damage. And after extensive analysis, he discovered something that would change the future of neuropathy treatment forever. In this article, here's what he said. In neuropathic pain, microglial cells have an important role in initiating and maintenance of pain and inflammation. The interaction between neural and microglial cells has been proven extremely crucial for chronic pain. And Dr. Georgatos goes on to say, microglia participate in all processes of the mechanism that produce chronic neuropathic pain. In other words, Dr. Georgatos' research reveals that although there are many types of neuropathies, which I'm assuming you've probably heard before, there's one thing they all have in common. And according to numerous studies, that one thing is the newly discovered root cause of nerve pain: overactive microglia resulting in neuroinflammation. Medical experts have gone on to explain that when the microglia, which are cells of the brain that maintain and regulates your entire body's nerve network, becomes overactive, it signals the body to release excessive inflammatory enzymes, resulting in neuroinflammation. These enzymes are toxic to your nerves and eat away at the protective layer that surrounds the nerves, called the myelin sheath, and increases the susceptibility of the nerve discomfort folks with neuropathy experience on your hands, feet, and legs to injury. Think of the myelin sheath as durable, heat-resistant cooking mittens that protect your hands while baking. Imagine reaching into the oven wearing the mittens. You can handle the heat and grab the baking tray safely and without feeling any pain. But what if those mittens weren't there? Your hands would feel every bit of the heat and could sustain damage if you touch anything inside that oven. That's because you have zero protection between the skin on your hands and the high temperatures inside the oven. And that's exactly what's happening when toxic enzymes from neuroinflammation eat away at your nerve's myelin sheath. It damages the protective layer covering your nerves, leading to numbness, tingling, and burning that never seem to go away. The prickly, sharp pain shooting from your legs down to your toes. The link between your nerves and your brain is similar to an interconnected highway system that links states and towns together. Just like how damage to road surfaces, bumpy roads, and potholes slows down and alters the traffic patterns between towns and highways, damage to the myelin sheath disrupts the smooth communication between your brain and your nerves, causing a loss of balance, impaired motor function, and coordination problems. The good news is, researchers who expanded upon these findings suggest that if you can figure out a way to turn off the overactive microglia, you can stop the progression of neuroinflammation and restore your nerve health, and even get rid of the condition for good. It was as if the man above was guiding me through this nightmare, because after discovering the breakthrough research of Dr. Georgadas, I stumbled into another study from the British Journal of Anesthesia, where scientists confirmed Dr. Georgadas' research. The activation of microglial cells in response to nerve injury has been implicated in the development of neuropathic pain. While in another newly published 2023 study from the Cellular Neuroscience publication, researchers studied the role of microglia in neurological pain syndromes. And once again, researchers found microglia are important mediators of neuroinflammation, which underlies neuropathic pain. All of these studies which conclude there are therapeutic implications of microglia inhibition for erasing the symptoms of nerve pain, including pins and needles, weird tingling sensations that leave you feeling fatigued, and the constant searing burning that seems to plague your every waking moment. But even though this discovery made things so much clearer, and I had found the real root cause of Janice's nerve pain, I was no closer to finding a fix. And Janice was starting to struggle just to make it through the day. Each day came with a different symptom. One was a burning sensation so excruciating it would bring her to tears, sharp bursts of pain that came out of nowhere, and constant pins and needles as if being hit by fire ants. And there was the numbness, where she couldn't feel the ground beneath her own feet, and she would constantly lose her balance. She hated the fact that she was stripped of her independence. She felt like a burden to her husband, always needing him around. And she was terrified of the idea of being chained to her couch, unable to play with her grandchildren, or even to go out for a morning walk. But I wasn't going to give up on Janice. Stopping the overactivity of microglia switch is all it takes, I kept thinking to myself. If this little enzyme was the key to banishing nerve pain, then I was ready to do anything to find a solution. But at this point, I was running out of time, and I needed to move fast, because Janice was getting worse by the day. Discovering the true cause of neuropathy made everything clear. I had seen some of these clinical studies as a DPT, but never put the dots together. I felt real hope for the first time in a long time that I could finally help heal the nerve damage countless Americans are tormented by, but days turned into months as we desperately worked to find a breakthrough solution. Then one night in my office, when I thought all hope was lost, my colleague abruptly entered my office and said, "Hey doc, I know you want to help, but at some point soon we should discuss whether or not to pull the plug on discovering a nerve pain solution. We've been at this for so long." Silence. It was the cold, hard truth I was neglecting to hear, and I choked and fumbled my words, clueless on how to reply. But in that moment, that's when it struck me. I stumbled upon the answer. It wasn't in any medical journal. It wasn't in any scientific text. And it wasn't on the back of any pharmaceutical label. I found the answer in an old Bible that an Army chaplain had given to me during a deployment to Iraq. It was the last place anyone, myself included, would expect. Revelations 22, verse 1 and 2. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding from the throne of God and of the Lamb. In the middle of its street and on either side of the river was the tree of life, which bore 12 fruits, each tree yielding its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. The tree of life bore 12 different fruits, and its leaves were for the healing of nations. This was the missing key to my research. It made me realize that when it came to fixing nerve pain, maybe one compound by itself that we had studied earlier wasn't the answer. The key was to use a number of nerve pain-fighting compounds all at once. Substances that are all natural and come from God's earth, just like the tree of life. So, I went on a quest in search of more natural nerve pain relief boosters. Compounds that would synergize and complement each other. Things that have a proven track record against nerve pain and have been around for the test of time. This led to our biggest discovery, the microglia reset switch. The switch that can reset the overactivity of microglia back to normal and stop neuroinflammation in its tracks. So I dug further. Even though everyone would think I was crazy for spending my time on something that barely had any proof of treating neuropathy. Every night, I waited for everyone to leave the lab before I would continue my research. Being the mad scientist that I am, I wasn't going to quit. And I thank God for my never-give-up attitude. Because one night, just as I was about to pack it up, I received a call from an African doctor. He'd inquired about the Indeed ad I'd posted looking to connect with other doctors who specialize in neuropathy. He explained that he spent more than a decade in a remote region of Africa. I told him about my urgent situation and about my discovery of microglia as the single root cause of nerve pain. All of my research points to the overactivity of microglia as the root cause of nerve damage, I started. But what causes it to turn on in the first place? And what can we do about it? What Dr. Sanders said next changed everything for me. And as you'll soon see, it's going to do the same for you. He explained that our bodies actually have a natural defense against microglia's inflammatory enzymes. But like most biological processes, our defense breaks down the older we get, which explains why neuropathy is much more common in folks over 50. That, combined with specific toxins called neurotoxins, create the perfect storm for spiking microglia and causing nerve damage. The most prevalent neurotoxins are phthalates, BPA, and flame retardants. These are found in or on 90% of the products in your house, from plastics to clothes. I know that's hard to believe, but many of these chemicals are actually banned in the European Union for their toxicity levels. I don't know why America doesn't follow suit, but I wouldn't be surprised if Big Pharma's influence is to blame. I knew Dr. Sander was right, and it infuriated me. But I also began to feel a glimmer of hope. That makes sense, I started. But avoiding neurotoxin and the natural aging process sounds impossible. Yet if I can just find a way to reset the microglia and turn off its overactive state, that could be the key to ending Janice's pain. Is that right? Dr. Sander agreed, and then gave me an interesting place to start looking. In 3 years of research here in Africa, I've come across traditional practices that have incredible medicinal benefits. For example, the Maasai tribe eats a ton of animal meat, including their organs. I've realized that their high consumption of animal liver is one of the reasons why they are immune to chronic disease, including neuropathy. They don't have access to modern medicine, yet they're the most pain-free and physically healthy people I've ever met. Animal liver is filled with a very specific compound, and it's called biotin. After digging further, I discovered that biotin is one of the most effective natural ingredients for erasing the symptoms of neuropathy. In fact, several studies have shown it works directly on the microglia enzyme. I couldn't believe my ears as Dr. Sanders spoke. And honestly, it sounded too good to be true. But even though I was skeptical of what he mentioned, I couldn't help but think, what if? What if this is the key to curing neuropathy once and for all? With that, I thanked Dr. Sander for his time and rushed to the office. Then I poured through scientific studies to dig up everything I could about biotin. And even though it took me days of research, I eventually felt the biggest sense of relief in months, because I soon discovered that long before drugs and creams, people from around the world have used biotin to fight the nasty symptoms of nerve pain. That's why they want to shut me down, and that's why it's crucial that you get this information today. In fact, there are 297 studies on the relationship between biotin and neuropathy, and the U.S. National Library of Medicine even calls it the preferred choice for attacking microglia. For example, in a study from the international journal Toxicity in Vitro, researchers found that biotin inhibits the overactivity of the microglia while also acting as a protective agent. This means biotin is 100% essential in the fight against nerve damage. And in fact, in yet another study from the Journal of Endocrinology, after 3 weeks of taking biotin at specific dosages, which I'll share in a minute, study participants experienced a significant and clinically relevant reduction in neuropathic pain. Plus, researchers from another study called it a valuable therapeutic option for diabetic neuropathy and found that it's better tolerated, has a more rapid onset of action, and improves numbness sensory deficits and muscle strength when compared to currently licensed drugs. As I read through study after study, I was awestruck by how a simple nutrient found in animal liver from across the world could kick our natural nerve healing into overdrive. With my palms sweating and my heart racing, I began to obsess over the idea that other natural healing extracts like this may exist. And after researching more than 100 plants, herbs, and elements, I ultimately settled on 3 powerful ingredients, plus one incredible booster nutrient, which when combined together appear to fight against nerve pain from the inside out. Here they are. First, we have biotin. This is the miracle compound I just shared with you. Up next, we identified profound benefits, mixing it with bakelin. Chinese medicine have used it to treat various conditions like boils, ear problems, wounds, liver damage, and more. Yet only as of recently, we have discovered its profound effects on soothing nerve pain. Matter of fact, in 2016 clinical study Too Dangerous to Do on Humans, researchers found substantial pain-relieving effects on the patients with neuropathy. Plus, it's also been credited as a potent nerve inhibitor in dozens of studies because it suppresses the toxic enzymes caused by neuroinflammation before it has the chance to wreak havoc on your body. And it was also essential to combine this with levasacarnine, which is not only rich in antioxidants and acts as an anti-inflammatory, but it's also been shown to protect nerve cells. A 2014 study also found that it contains neuroprotective properties. Think of it like a shield for your body to protect against pins and needles. Plus, it can help regulate blood sugar. And it was imperative to include nerve regenerator number 3, diphenyloyl-methane. This root has been used for centuries as an herbal remedy, but just like biotin, it has yet to become popular with nerve pain sufferers, which is why I'm so excited to share this with you today. You see, scientists discovered that diphenyloyl-methane reduces skin irritation and also inflammation throughout your body, specifically by soothing the nerve sense system of the skin. So where other extracts help target the microglia reset switch enzyme and soothes nerve pain from the inside out, diphenyloyl-methane works as a great synergistic extract by soothing the burning sensation at the surface level on the actual skin of your hands, feet, and legs. So after narrowing my search down to 4 powerful nerve agents, all proven to target your nerve pain at the source, Dr. Sander warned me. There are so many counterfeit and cheap imitations of all these ingredients. That's not an exaggeration, it's a fact. He tested 97% of the available natural extracts of herbs, berries, leaves, and more. And that is because he found fake ingredients derived from chemicals and not natural sources. In other words, that herb extract you think you are buying at the health food store will not deliver the same amazing results that real extracts will. After Dr. Sander told me all this, I realized that I would not be able to make the formula as effective as he did, no matter how hard I tried. He knew the exact ratios. He knew the order of the ingredients, the type and variety of each plant that is best, how to source it for purity, and most importantly, he had done this before. As you can imagine, it took months of persistently following up with Dr. Sander to recreate this super potent formula folks suffering from nerve pain everywhere could benefit. We both knew how incredibly risky it was, as we could have lost our freedom and even our lives. But we did it anyway to help millions of neuropathy sufferers get their health, happiness, and their lives back. We had the formula, the medical knowledge, and a lab all to ourselves. We searched the whole world through our scientific connections and only worked with certified producers and verified suppliers, making sure that we only used top quality ingredients for our neuropathy remedy. It was exhausting. We secretly worked night after night, testing until dawn, making sure that we got the right quantities and the most effective combination of ingredients. And in the end, there it was. My hands were shaking as I was finally holding that formula that would stop my Janice's nerve problems and bring her life and dignity back. The relief and excitement was short-lived though, because I needed to get it to my patients like Janice, and I needed it now. So the very next morning, I walked up to Janice as she rested in bed and told her what I'd been up to. She made light of the situation, but in her eyes, I could tell she wasn't very optimistic, yet I pushed anyways. I gave her a glass of water along with a single serving. and instructions on how to take it each day. After that, all I could do was wait and pray to God that it wasn't too late. Well, after 30 hours, she was still in pretty bad shape, leaving me defeated as I held back tears, worried that I'd failed my beloved patient, until the end of the 5th day came, and things took a completely 180-degree turn in a good direction for once. That morning, she turned her head to me in bed and said, "Dr. M, this is amazing. I can finally feel the carpet again, and my feet don't hurt anymore, just normal." She started moving around with more balance and stability, and she was experiencing so much relief from her pain that it felt weird to not be in pain for once. But what was even more exciting, though, was how the sores and blisters all over her legs and feet started to clear up, and her nighttime convulsing wound down to a minimum. After that, things began to snowball. Janice was sleeping well and waking up with more energy after day 10, maintaining her balance while walking around and getting out of bed, all while looking 100% alert. It was a surreal sight. Her last checkup left me speechless. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Janice's tremendous nerve pain recovery. Her nerve doctor said to her, "We'll go ahead and cancel your painkiller medication. Take a look at these scans. Janice, your neuropathy lesions had basically disappeared. Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it." Janice finally escaped her neuropathy nightmare, and the surprised look of her family after seeing her complete recovery from nerve pain made all the late nights, early mornings, and countless hours of research worth it. She finally felt free. No more expensive and toxic medications, no more threats from the doctor to amputate, and no more stress knowing her body was healed from the neuropathy disaster. Plus, her central nervous functions were at an optimal level again. She was sleeping a full 8 hours straight for 2 months now, and her pain was becoming almost unnoticeable. You can only imagine my excitement, knowing that I saved a beloved friend and patient of mine from her crippling nerve pain, and finally putting this nightmare behind us. And at this point, things started to happen fast, because everyone I knew were all speechless by what had happened. Of course, I was happy to share what we'd created, and sure enough, in the months that followed, it was like our whole clinic began aging in reverse. Because not only were folks' nerve pain disappearing, but it was clear that we were all starting to look and feel a whole lot younger too. Eventually, nearly all the folks at church were calling and texting Janice, asking how they could get in touch with me, and if I'd be willing to share my breakthrough with them, so they could also experience pain-free lives, play with their grandchildren, and enjoy their lives for a change. At first, I was pretty surprised at the interest. But then I remembered how many lives neuropathy affects, and how hardly anyone knows what to do about it. And after witnessing my patients' struggles firsthand, there was no way I could deny them the opportunity to get better. So we doubled down, pooled nearly all our cash together to get more batches of the remaining ingredients in my storage. Soon enough, my phone started blowing up with voicemails and texts over the following weeks. And I felt honored when they thanked me for helping to ease their nerve pain, saying that my easy-to-take nerve helpers were a godsend, that their stabbing, prickly pains were melting away, that their physical strength and coordination improved, and that they were enjoying an undisturbed 8 hours of sleep. Now, I shouldn't have to remind you that everybody is different, which means I can't in good conscience promise you'll experience these same exact results. And of course, you should never stop taking drugs without talking to your doctor first. But what was really surprising about all of this, though, was when I started getting hundreds of requests for my nerve-regenerating formula each week, and that's when it hit me. I knew I had a new purpose in life. I needed to get this new solution to every single person who needed it, because what I discovered could change so many lives. We finally did it. We finally discovered potentially one of the only natural concoction that targets nerve pain at its core. We were finally able to help heal hundreds of thousands of nerve pain sufferers across America. We were extremely careful about the production process and only used the purest and most bioavailable forms of each nutrient. This was crucial because 95% of home remedies, supplements, and topicals have been shown to not contain the ingredients they claim to. And I wanted to make sure that I was delivering to people the most effective neuropathy formula on the planet. And now, whether through divine timing, coincidence, or just luck, you find yourself watching this video, and I couldn't be more proud to introduce to you PPProNerve6. It's the purest, most potent, most effective nerve support formula on the market. because that's what the amazing nutrients inside it do. They're like a first aid crew working on the root of your nerve pain by naturally activating the microglia reset switch, soothing the pins and needles you've dealt with for too long. Plus, it also provides immediate relief, allowing you to get back to the life you fully enjoy in just a few weeks, without being tied to dangerous drugs, expensive appointments, and disappointments every time you see your doctor. You're probably wondering how it's possible for you to get ProNerve6 in the palms of your hands, and what the best regimen is to get the best results from it. To be straightforward, our critical guidelines make it hard for the general public to get ProNerve6 because the ingredients are selectively chosen with each batch and cultivated in a sterile facility. And we also screen out each ingredient and test for maximum potency, all as a part of our proprietary and detailed process. With that said, ProNerve6 is something people still keep asking for more and more of. And while the good word continues to spread, we impose strict limits on the batches we produce, so we can provide everyone with the freshest ingredients possible without sacrificing quality. Plus, keeping a focus on purity helps to not only protect your nerve health for the long haul, the potent nutrients also shield people who don't even have nerve pain, while giving them the chance to protect their physical health, their well-being, and their bank account before the suffering can even start. That said, our expensive, quality-focused production from our manufacturer is limited to a number of batches per year, which means these bottles fly off the shelves each time they're made available again. But I can't stand the thought of other people going through what my friend's wife Janice experienced, which is why I'm going to share how you can get a fresh bottle of ProNerve6 in your hands this week, as part of my new nerve pain relief program. First, let's cover the details of how all this works. It's actually really easy. You just take 2 capsules a day with a meal, and keep this up for at least 30 days. Taking it for at least 30 days allows the nutrients in ProNerve6 to penetrate your nerve damage at the core, allowing each ingredient to take the front lines at targeting nerve pain at the root, while soothing your nerves in the process. And while the oxidative damage in your body has already been there for years now, triggering the microglia's inflammatory response and causing stabbing pain to shoot up your feet and legs, it's crucial to allow these therapeutic ingredients to do their job. While they go to work and remove these traces of nerve damage and dysfunction from the inside out, remember, your numbness, stabbing sensations, and prickly pain are warning signs coming from your body, meaning that the nerve damage is already worsening, while inviting other inflammatory diseases to take shape at the same time, making it crucial that your body absorbs each ingredient over the course of a few weeks, so it can not only penetrate and revive each tiny nerve from within the cells of your body, but also so it can unleash your soothing comfort, therapeutic healing, and vibrant energy for the longer term. That's why my health researchers recommend starting with at least 3 bottles of ProNerve6, where 6 bottles is better if you want to absolutely guarantee to safeguard your body for the many years to come. That way, you're taking a more strategic approach in permanently halting the overactive microglia right off the bat, while alleviating the fears of inflammatory nerve poisoning creeping back up, because we're only human. And environmental, physical, and lifestyle stressors will easily sneak back up on us. So maintaining a healthy immune and nervous system is crucial, even after your nerves have repaired themselves, so you can protect your body from here on out from any future flare-ups. Because the truth is, across our nation, nerve pain of all kinds is becoming all too common, which punishes over 20 million Americans through sleep deprivation, loss of mobility, and thousands of dollars in medical bills, while they're collecting more deadly drugs from their doctors, until they finally shake it off and refuse to accept this as a lifelong condition, especially after they experience the natural and potent healing powers of ProNerve6. Just like Maureen W., 59 from Palm Coast, Florida, who says, "I've been taking ProNerve6 for about a month now. The first week I didn't really feel anything, but after that, day by day, I felt better and better. I only have 4 pills left in the bottle, so I just ordered 6 more bottles. I don't want to run out of this great stuff. And who can say no to this discount?" Same with Susan W., 48 from Austin, Texas, who says, "I was surprised it worked as fast as it did. I suffered for probably the last 9 months with nerve issues in my right foot, constant numb tingling and weird pain. I got my hands on a 90-day supply of ProNerve6, and it's already working faster than any creams, NSAIDs, or support braces I've tried. Plus, it's nice to save money and ditch the side effects. Needless to say, I'm getting the 6-month supply next." And John M., 72 from Bangor, Maine, who writes, "I've only been using it a few days and already noticed relief and calmness throughout my body. I've been a diabetic for almost 15 years and just started using this. So to see this kind of improvement in a few days while having been a diabetic for 15 years has been amazing. I recently just ordered another 6-month supply of ProNerve6. I say this stuff really works. The real stories you've just heard are a handful of the hundreds I've been getting each week. And you should know that ProNerve6 is only available on this site at this time, at least while we can keep up with the demand before Big Pharma catches wind. See, I've been facing threats from pharmaceutical lawyers on a regular basis now, and even though they're furious, and with good reason, it's worth it for me to put up this good fight, because I want to see you reclaim your life with ProNerve6. The pleasantly surprised group of people who've already tried the formula said it was their first real chance at ditching nerve pain for good, which is why I'm confident these ingredients can do the same for you, while helping to shield your nervous system from pain-related conditions for years to come, allowing you to bounce back into your career and family activities, while protecting your bank account, body, and sanity from any expensive drugs and ineffective treatments. Just imagine how good you'll feel when you end those doctor visits that waste your time and energy over and over again, freeing up your bank account to spend your money on things that truly matter to you. Even getting yourself back into exercise, regular hobbies, and more quality time with loved ones. All it takes is 2 capsules of ProNerve6 each day for all the nutrients that'll get you on the path to a pain-free life. Of course, you know there's other options out there for you too, like the buffet of drugs your doctor throws at you without a thought, including tramadol, lidoderm, and antidepressants, where, as I mentioned in the Mayo Clinic Division of Emergency and Medicine, people are often given excessively large doses of these drugs, including refills they don't even need anymore, which has led to higher mortality rates and abuse in the past 5 years alone. The same goes with those fancy potions and miracle lotions all over the internet, which not only smell terrible and disappoint you every single time you try one, but they leave you more discouraged and hopeless thanks to their false and over-exaggerated promises. Oh, let's not forget the quack treatments out there like acupuncture, chiropractic, and even some forms of physical therapy which can sometimes deceive you into thinking they might have worked, until you wake up the next morning feeling just as bad as the day before, and the specialist calls you back trying to put you on a long-term treatment plan costing a few $1,000 more. The same goes with anticonvulsant pills and anti-seizure drugs, which only add to the stockpile of Band-Aid treatments your doctor pushes on you and leave you so impaired that you can't even drive properly anymore. That said, you can see how fair the original investment was at $179 for a bottle of ProNerve6, which others would gladly pay over and over again. Plus, when compared to the list of side effects and copays you'll finally put behind you, including the increased insurance premiums, while also saying goodbye to excessive medical appointments and keeping those extra $1,000 for yourself, you can see how a single dose of ProNerve6 already pays for itself, don't you? Also, just one manufacturing facility made the cut to produce ProNerve6 at the quality and level I demanded, with each capsule containing the freshest and most bioavailable form out there when it comes to these therapeutic nerve agents. Everyone agrees that $179 is really a bargain. However, I'm not in this to rake in some cash like the medical establishment would. Of course, there are manufacturing costs and overhead involved, plus legal fees I have to protect this movement from the bloodthirsty medical conglomerates. Yet even then, I have a relentless passion to help others, and all that just isn't a big issue right now. The mission here is to get your physical shape, well-being, and lifestyle back to an ideal place by first removing the paralyzing nerve pain holding you back, leaving you free to take life by the horns again just like Janice already has. So if you take charge of your physical well-being right now and take advantage of the ProNerve6 Nerve Pain Relief Campaign so you can hop on board with 87,000 other former nerve pain sufferers, you can get your hands on ProNerve6 for just $69 today. That's really just the start though, because after seeing Janice's agony take such a huge toll on everyone around her, including myself, it gave us the reality check that we're not invincible to life-threatening nerve pain either. So you'd be right to worry about the health of your friends and family right now. The good news is, you can put their fears and worries to rest and shield their nervous system from the overactive microglia's dangerous effects right out of the gate with the discounted package plan that's recently become available, where you can get 6 bottles of ProNerve6 for only $49 per bottle. The thing is though, and I'm only offering this package on this website you're on right now, and while we still have stock on hand, so we can kick my nerve pain relief program into high gear, plus an extra incentive to take the control back for your body and your life, I'll waive the $14.99 shipping fee with your multi-bottle purchase, which means you'll get free shipping today only. Remember though, Once I run out, another batch won't be made until the next quarter of the year. So do your nerves a favor right now and click the 6-bottle package below to add this to your order, or choose another package if you prefer. Right after you do that, let yourself get excited about this important investment in your health. Because even though the ingredients in a single bottle of ProNerve6 will do the trick and surprise you at how fast they'll soothe your tingling, burning, and crawling sensations while melting away your inflammatory nerve poisoning, even while you sleep. Remember that a 6-month supply will give your body the nutrients it needs to kick your overall nerve health into high gear and shield yourself from the pain, numbness, and the destruction from overactive microglia, while giving you the support you need to enjoy life's simplest and most precious moments for decades to come. Said another way, after 6 months of taking in the incredible nutrients ProNerve6 has to offer, you'll have flushed away years' worth of nerve poisoning, literally rewinding the clock on your overall strength, energy, and physical well-being. Okay, let's switch gears now, because you're probably wondering how to get started and how you can get ProNerve6 on its way to your front door today. Well, it's simple. Just choose your discounted package plan below this video right now. And other than getting excited and optimistic about the recovery you're going to make, just fill out the secure and safely encrypted checkout page with your order details. And in just 5 business days, you'll have your own batch of ProNerve6 right at your doorstep. So go ahead and click below now, because if you still see the button, then there are still bottles in stock. Plus, to protect your peace of mind, I'm really going to bat for you and throwing in a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee with your purchase. That said, here's how your peace of mind guarantee works. Just order your package of ProNerve6 today. Follow the dosage instructions and allow the ingredients to start soothing and repairing your nerve damage. Then notice how, for the first time in a long time, you're finally feeling pain-free. While the numbness melts away, you're sleeping straight through the night, the stabbing sensations come to an end, and you're able to start exercising and stretching again without pain, just like over 87,000 Americans before you. And if for some reason you decide you're not happy with ProNerve6, just email or call my US-based customer support team any time of day, and we'll issue a prompt refund with no questions asked. The best part is, you don't even need to send back the bottles. They're yours to keep as my way of saying thanks for giving ProNerve6 a try. I'm sure by now, it's easy for you to see that you have nothing to lose. And unlike the prescription drugs and medical treatments out there, the ingredients of ProNerve6 are free from the side effects, medical brainwashing, and the need to commit the rest of your life to prescriptions, and the price that comes with them. The presentation is now ending, and the ultimate choice is yours. You can either stop watching now and leave your nerve pain up to chance like you have until now. And while that may be easy, you and I both know it won't change anything for the better. In fact, in 6 months from now, how will you feel when your nerve damage has continued down its destructive path, plaguing you with increased pain and sending you straight back to medical treatment and quack therapy? Because according to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders, nerve pain in the feet and along the joints is usually how it starts. Of course, the stabbing, numbing, crawling sensations start coming too, along with the muscle fatigue and numbness. Before long, serious motor skill complications and sensory nerve damage take place, which not only eat away at your muscle strength, but also ruin your ability to feel, while slowly taking away most of the physical control you had over your body. Plus, you're already aware of how this affects your quality of life, and according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, the downward spiral of suffering is almost always the same, including how you will lose more of the activities you once enjoyed because your physical functioning is the first thing to suffer, until those sharp stabbing pains take its toll on your work, sleep, and personal life, and your relationships crumble as a result. So, without having to bring up the horror of grotesque infections and ulcers, or reminding you of how this can cost you your independence, your job, and the enjoyment you used to share with your loved ones, you clearly understand where this all leads to, because the fact that you're still here shows that you're not willing to take that gamble on your life. And it's easier for you to not only save the activities and lifestyle you still have today, but also to turn back the clock on your physical health, your career path, while securing your long-term stability, isn't it? So click below and take back your God-given rights to your health and get ProNerve6 at a discount for 3 or 6 bottle packages. Because once you do this, these nutrients will officially put you on the course for repairing and restoring every aspect of your nerve health. Just remember, once the remaining batches of ProNerve6 are snatched from our shelves, we won't get more until the next quarter of this year. Plus, once my nerve pain relief campaign is over, the price goes back to $179 per bottle. So when you order today, You'll be supporting my mission while also doing your body a huge favor in the process. It's your decision. Yet you and I both know you're ready to do what's right for your health. Thanks for watching. God bless. Best regards, Dr. Macasadia. Still here? No problem. I know we just covered a lot. Let me help you out and answer some of the common questions you might be wondering about. 1. How does ProNerve6 work again? So, as I mentioned, my major breakthrough was uncovered that a little-known enzyme called microglia reset switch, something that usually maintains nerve networks and injury repair in normal, healthy bodies, goes out of control and becomes overactive, is at the root cause of our nerve pain. And once this microglia is overactive from multiple health and lifestyle stressors, your inflammatory nerve poisoning already began, and so you have long-term symptoms and nerve pain. Thankfully, according to leading studies from top researchers in Indiana University and University of Michigan, the Turku Center for Biotechnology, and more, it's simple to wipe out your nerve pain. Of course, this doesn't mean it's anywhere near easy. See, in order for this to happen, your body needs to balance out its nutrient deficiencies while consuming more therapeutic nutrients at the same time, which have been proven to quickly and effectively target overactive microglia and the nerve pain it causes. Because dieting, lotions, and lying in bed simply won't cut it. Luckily, a unique blend of pain-banishing nutrients have been in existence for many years, and when combined, appear to apply first aid to your internal nerve damage and soothe your body from stabbing pains, prickling numbness, and crawling sensations, without sanity-consuming drugs or creams. Specifically, ProNerve6 harnesses the power of therapeutic ingredients which are all proven to fight high levels of inflammatory nerve poisoning, so you can finally experience real, long-lasting comfort from your unpredictable nerve pain. Plus, if you're anything like the more than 87,000 people who have already experienced the healing potency of the nutrients in ProNerve6, you'll be pleasantly surprised when you also notice your range of motion, your immune system health, and even your physical energy jump to greater levels. This makes ProNerve6 the only nerve pain fighting product of its kind, a solution that's proven to work even when everything else has failed. 2. Can I take ProNerve6 even if I also take other supplements? In a word, yes. In fact, because the ingredients inside each capsule of ProNerve6 have been shown to support healthy and normal levels of central nerve functioning, they act as a powerful anti-inflammatory solution as well. For example, after taking ProNerve6 for 6 months straight, you may start to notice that these nutrients not only significantly improve your overall nerve pain, but also better digestive health, energy levels, and quality of sleep each night, and even a reduction in depression and stress. Plus, because the ingredients inside ProNerve6 are all cultivated from natural sources like plants and herbs, it's 100% safe to take with other supplements, as long as you follow the directions and consult with your doctor first. 3. Why haven't I heard of this powerful nerve pain relief before? So far, more than 87,000 Americans have used ProNerve6 with powerful results, and I've already had a lot of interest from major publications and media outlets about what many are calling a nerve pain revolution. So far, though, I've chosen to try and keep this away from the spotlight, because the last thing I want is to get even higher up on Big Pharma's radar. See, the pain-killing drug market is a $25.4 billion industry. Plus, doctors can pocket up to $2,000 for giving a pain-numbing steroid injection. I'm willing to put myself in the line of fire either way, and I'm already dealing with potential legal injunctions every single day, which means the last thing I want to do is attract more attention to this. 4. Who should take ProNerve6? Great question. ProNerve6 is for anyone who suffers from any form of nerve-related pain. For example, if you haven't gotten a full night's sleep in years because of crawling pain in your feet or legs, if normal activities like stretching, walking, or cleaning the house take a physical toll on you, and if sharp pain shooting through your feet, joints, or neck are holding you back at work and in your personal life, ProNerve6 is for you. Plus, there are 0 side effects, and you can take it with other supplements. And with the 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee, there's no risk when you try ProNerve6 today. 5. What happens once I choose my package and click the Add to Cart button? Once you choose your package below, you'll go to my 100% secure checkout page. Then just enter your payment information and place the order. After that, you'll receive ProNerve6 in the next 5 business days, which means you're less than a week away from making your nerve pains a distant memory. 6. This sounds incredible, but I'm afraid it won't work for me. Can you remind me about your guarantee? Absolutely. ProNerve6 comes with a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee. That means you order ProNerve6 today, then have a full 180 days to decide if it's right for you. If you're like the 87,000 plus people who have used ProNerve6 already, then you'll be blown away with the results these powerful nutrients give you. But if you're not amazed with it for some reason, simply call or email my customer support team, and we'll refund your investment with 0 questions asked. The best part? You don't even need to go through the hassle of sending the bottles back. This all means you truly have nothing to lose today when you get started. 7. How long will ProNerve6 be available? That's hard to say. My hope is that ProNerve6 will triumph against nerve pain nationwide. But because Big Pharma is out for blood on this breakthrough and is spending millions of dollars on legal fees to try and silence me, it's uncertain if I'll be able to fight them off forever. That's why it's important you get ProNerve6 today, especially since it comes with a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee, which means there's 0 risk to you. 8. This sounds great, but is there a hidden subscription when I purchase? No. Your purchase of ProNerve6 is a one-time purchase, and it does not include a monthly auto-ship program that's impossible to cancel. Plus, if you're dissatisfied with ProNerve6 for any reason whatsoever, you can always call up your U.S.-educated and U.S.-based customer support team, and they will promptly answer any and every question you may have. 9. All right, I really want ProNerve6. What do I do now? This part is simple. Just click one of the buttons below and choose your package. Then complete your order, and ProNerve6 will be in your hands within just 5 business days from now. Plus, there's no risk because of my ironclad 180-day guarantee. This presentation is now ending, and I want to say thank you for sticking with me all the way until the end. Go ahead and choose your package now. Take ProNerve6 as directed for at least 30 days, and I cannot wait to hear about your success story. Thank you for watching, and God bless.